part. Okay, forgive me. We're supposed to share this so that for practice purposes. So what we're going to do is we come here, Pakanzi company, then you go down, Pakanzi make journal, then it will take you here. For a customer, yes, Zimdat, munotarisa currency. Anuku OI in which currency? Which currency? Anuku OI in USD. Then you tick USD. Then my take on balance is, Edu, we are creating a balance sheet. Don't forget the balance sheet, not as it. It's different from a profit and loss, not for the period. And you got as it. So we are dealing with a certain data that I can compile and narrow information. So the information here, the example, the question here, you had 31 July. So we put the date 31 July. It doesn't matter to read my accounts, 12 August. The transaction date is very important for the matching concept. Don't forget it in a matching concept. Pamucha tanga kuita ma bookkeeping, the topic of bookkeeping in future. You see, we start back menu, munotaura about my accounting concepts, and we don't want to break them. Observer. So date is very important. Then a rate trade exchange rate is 1:1 because this is US dollar transaction currency to US dollar reporting currency. So it's 1:1. No need. Then we come here, Pakanzi, entry number, which is the reference number. You're also going to learn, or if you use your start pack, you see transactions, the date, the account number, the reference number is very important. Tobataisa journal, JNL to mean journal number 1. Journal number 1, JNL.001. This is our very first journal of the day. Then we come here, Pakanzi, account. Tobatati accounts. The account we are interested in is the accounts payables. Accounts payables. Accounts receivables rather. USD. Accounts receivable USD. Interesting. I don't know why I'm scans, but Hatitorina accounts receivable USD. So this is the accounts receivable Zim dollar. Ya create wapata gazra Dcash customer knows the Dcash. Tato gazra this chart of accounts, pata gazra Dcash tato gazra this chart of accounts, but we don't have the 1 year US dollar. So forgive me, let me just create it. You can come and say new. Panapa, can account this SIMO, you can simply go in the listing and say new. Then this is other. It's not an income account. It's not an expense account or a fixed asset or a loan or a bank or a credit card or equity. So you come here and say other. You tick other here. Then it's an accounts receivable. Then you say accounts receivable. Then you say accounts receivable. Accounts receivable. Accounts receivable. So this is the accounts receivable. It is a US dollar. All general ledger accounts are all US dollar accounts. So you come here and put the amount. So we're debiting 20,000. Then panapa narration or detail, very important. Don't leave this out. If you leave it in an exemption or numbers and you get correct, you lose marks because you are not doing it correctly. Opening balance. Every figure attributor, it's a take on opening balance. So you type opening balance, you highlight, you highlight and copy, right click and copy into memory. So that in the next transaction, then you come to the sub account. This is the main account, the account receivable. So we want to put this figure in the sub account of Zimdat, the name Zimdat, it's now here. Zimdat. And then you go to the contra account, opening, you simply type opening, as you can see, opening balance equity account. Itori ipo QuickBooks yakatokupai account yacho kare. Maka created what this account kare for my take on balances. Opening balance equity. So as you can see, Pakan's name up at topada for my customers and supplier accounts, my accounts receivable and accounts payable. Mugangwes accounts receivable, accounts payable here. You are supposed to define the sub account name here of the customer or supplier. But any other general ledger account like opening balance equity, don't worry about this part. Then unfortunately, the other account panapa ya cash. Unfortunately, for accounts receivables and accounts payables, which are one by one, unfortunately. So you come here and say save and new. This was okay. Save and new. Taisa, our very first journal. Let's do this very fast now. The second customer is a Zim dollar customer. So Zim dollar. So 31 January here. Then journal number 2. Now can I define the first journal, all the other journals that proceeds, the system will define. Don't forget Takuda exchange rate. Can I go dealer in Zim dollar? So I will come to the exchange rate after because you know change. So Tinobo jump exchange rate, you come here and say accounts receivable. Wonderful. What have I done? So give me what accounts receivable. Zim dollar, mapaona, account receivable, Zim dollar, currency, Zim dollar. Don't put the wrong account in a wrong currency. Accounts receivable, Zim dollar. So what is the figure? We come here and put the exchange rate before the figure. So, ndangandisina kukupa ndedereo notes ku data renyu, information and akupa much exchange rate, moti 100. Ndiri kungoshandisa 100 because it's easy to compute. In a real exam paper, munogona kunzi use the current exchange, the interbank rate. One will expect a mistake 80 something, or munogona to the exchange rate can read black market in the exam paper. So you use that. So in this case, I'm going to say 1 divided by 100. Then I get 0.01 as the exchange rate. Then you come here and put the figure 160,000. That's your Zim dollar value, 160,000. Then you say paste, you right click here and say paste. In memory, nanganda isa opening balance yangu memory. Then I come back and name panapa, the cash. Then the contra account, we all know that, class tested opening balance equity account. Then, it's then we save and new. Save. Make sure the exchange rate before you save is correct. You're not gonna 1:1. It means this will become 160,000 US dollar, which is wrong. So we go save and new. Right? We want to add the balances for the customer accounts we have created. So the first one is US dollar. Then we come here, accounts payables. Accounts payable, the Zim dollar one, the US dollar one, and this Kiona second creator for the benefit of time. I'm going to add the accounts payable Zim dollar. Accounts payable Zim dollar. Who is accounts payable Zim dollar? Is Mr. Chamisa Wholesalers 280,000. But Marie show me for a car. I show. Then I paste the memorized detail, transaction detail. Then I come and choose the Chamisa Wholesaler sub account of the supplier. Then I come here for the contra account opening balance equity. Then this is done. Since this is US dollar, is this Zim dollar? Oh, this is Zim dollar. So we want to change it to Zim dollar and actually add the rate. Forgive me, Dandakangano. We add the rate like this. Then we save and close. Send out to save and close because ta paid zama journals edu. Tangatine ma journals for 2 customers and my journals for 2 suppliers, but the second supplier account yake haipo. Imimi kana maguzo yiita munongo enda mundo scroll up. Then you create another accounts payables mega on top here. Then you say save and close. Save and close. Save and close. Right. So far, out of 4 categories, nema customer accounts, chart of accounts, nema customer take on balances, tinema supplier chart of accounts, nema supplier take on balances. Tochizoita ma inventory in general ledger accounts and take on balances. So far, ndaita ma chart of accounts, ema customers, nema suppliers, nema take on balances, ema customers, nema suppliers. I want to show you the reports now. I want to show you the reports at this stage. So these are the reports. You're coming to reports and you go to, if you want, we can start with trial balance. Where is our trial balance? Panapa pakanzi accountant and taxes, you get the trial balance here. Where are you, my trial balance? There. Wonderful. What am I doing? Oh, my date is in June. All right. So Mswathe 1. So you come and pick the dates here. July. So this is it. So accounts receivable US dollar 20,000. Accounts receivable Zim dollar 1,600. Why is it 160,000? Yeah, it for 1,600. At the exchange rate 100. It will report as 1,600. But the transaction was 160,000 Zim dollar. Then accounts payable, we owe Chamisa 280,000. But at an exchange rate of $100, then this becomes 2,800 US. The opening balance account, equity account is now 24,400. We can also check the profit and loss. We don't have a profit and loss as yet because we haven't started trading or operating or posting any operating transactions. We rather go to the balance sheet, which gives us the statement of financial position of an organization. So this is the balance sheet that Tatotanga Gadzira. Tine accounts receivable 20,000 plus the Zim dollar 1,000. Total accounts receivable is sitting at 21,000. Then accounts payable is sitting at 2,800, which will give us the equity because at Nama liability so far at a poster automatically assets minus liabilities, it will give us equity. All right, when me mandisi and chisa accounts payable wrong chokwa deny amazang. Munondi daddy. They do debit accounts payable chokwa. Munondi rovesa nevan wakagadzira accounts. This is wrong. Balance sheet, which is a wrong journal. Accounts payable is supposed to be 280,000. 1, 2, 3. It's a credit. Don't forget. This is wrong. Right, excellent. Now we've got a different balance sheet, I think. So we refresh the report. And we have this ledger. No, don't worry. We'll talk about the ledgers in future. So we have a positive figure here, and we have 18,800 in our open equity. 18,800 in equity. Before we do inventory, chart of accounts and inventory take on balances. Before we go to inventory, chart of accounts. Let's do that very fast. Time now. I wanted to finish off this without fail. Any questions? Do this suggest so ndakurovera bhora kumberi muri kunditaridza kuti tiri kuzvibata. Mr. Mazonde, any questions? So far, so good.
See.
Yes.
No, I think because of time, we will just continue, but maybe you can just make the recordings available for us soon so we can go through again.
It is well. Definitely the recording is taking place, I think, by Tuesday. On Tuesday, this lecture on portal on Tuesday. On Monday. All right, thank you. Right, let's go to inventory. Right, we said for my customers, Nema suppliers, tichaenda kumsoro kuno customers and suppliers, we add the account a customer, ne account a supplier, then we add the take on balances using journal entries, which is different from inventory accounts and general ledger accounts. The general ledger accounts are found here and the inventory. We can do that anywhere else. If you come here, add chart of accounts from here or whatever. But to make life easy for you, this is what we are recommending. Come here for customer and supply accounts. Don't worry about the rest. You use them, don't worry. But for now, this is what we want. And for customers, you are coming customers and customers. For suppliers and suppliers, don't worry about the rest at the bottom here. Don't worry about that. We're taking you one step at a time. Then coming here, you are going to add customers from here and also chart of accounts from here. So we're going to begin with the customer, chart of accounts, and take on balances. So inventory there. So kana mauya panapa tagadzira, the first customer you create is called discount, sales discount. Sorry, not customer, sorry, forgive me, inventory or product. Takuedza ma-products and services. So the first product yamunogadzira inonzi, so far takagadzira yekutanga inonzi VAT. The second one, so you come here at the bottom. If you are taking notes, what you are doing, to add customer product services, you are going to the home page, arrow, company arrow, items and services, you put an arrow, then you come to new at the bottom left corner, arrow, you go to new, then you say add the product. So tinema types, ema product, ema service akasiyana. Tinema services, ma inventory part, inventory assembly, non-inventory part, tax and discount. So I'll come to services up to non-inventory. For tax ndatokuudzai kare. So I'll come to that just now. So I'm going to create a product, the discount. Mukasa created this product, discount. Mukwesen paper menu mukazosangana nepada offer a sales discount. You will not be able to give a sales discount unless you have got the sales discount yacho iripo yakasetwa as a product. So I come here and say sales discount. So I come here and say sales discount. If I've done this already last week, forgive me, then then can a sales discount and you mean a specific percentage that you offer to certain customers, maybe 10%, you are going to add the percentage here. If not, just leave it like that. Just leave it like that. Then you copy this information in the name to the narration or the detail or the memo here. Then Tobataya Pakanza account. We want to link this product to account inonzi. Discount is an income account. It's not an expense sales discount. It's not an expense. Don't forget to particular going forward. We are going to learn what's the difference between sales discount and early payment discount. Customer earlier than its data days. Then we give him a discount, early payment. That's an expense. But sales discount is not an expense. It's actually associated with the trading account. So it should come pana. Kana accounting package ya mukishanisa isina kutipa account. You simply scroll up, mondo to create new, but make sure it's a mukataipa kuti sales discount. Munova maisa type yacho should be income. It's a negative income. Negative income. Right, so I'm creating this chart of account. The chart of account I created was sales discount already, and I'm creating sales discount as a sub account of the sales income account. That's the first account, and I create the first product. The second product I'm going to create is, right, just define what this means. Service is anything that no offer as a service, like the name suggests. So service and offer it's a service. We can say 3-hour lecture cost $50. Then 3-hour lecture becomes a product, but which is a type A product, actually it's a service. My lawyers, Jikoro, my colleges, they offer services. Then inventory part is a physical product that you manufacture or that you purchase, purchase retail or retailing or retail or wholesaling. It's a inventory part or a stock part if you are using a different accounting package. Then non-physical inventory part, non-inventory part or non-stock part, it's a physical product. Customer is physical, but you don't track its stock valuation in the balance sheet. Tikatenga low for low bills, tino track its balance sheet value yacho 20 loaves times the cost price here $1. Then the $20 sits in the balance sheet as the asset, stock asset. But with non-physical, we don't do that. A good example I always give my students is my calendars. Mukaenda kwe printing company mukati chikudo ma calendars 1,000. They don't stock 1,000 calendars, even though you could have physical calendars, just like you want physical loaves of bread. So such products printing or anyway how much you are giving to a client, but you don't value or stock that particular product. It's created specifically for this particular customer. We call that, you make sure the product it's called non-inventory part. A good example is sadza. Ma chicken in amunotenga yaya. Ku chicken in vanenge vakaiti non-physical inventory kuma accounts kwa point of sale maumuya. The likes of sadza amunotenga pama chicken pama nchichi ari muno vanokwanisa kuziva utatengesa 20 plates of sadza, but they can't store sadza and have it in the balance sheet. Are we together? Then yakanzi assembly. This one yakanzi inventory assembly. This one, as you can see, yakanakira kuti mukaenda panapa mukandotaura kuti Benz, Mercedes Benz panapa. Mova mandotaura mine ma raw materials, motaura kuti Benz kuti mu manufacture Benz munoda ma products up bills of materials ya munoshandisa ku manufacture that particular product, this product. So you set this product here, then you set to say I'm going to apana cost of sale tingori selling price. You set the selling price 60,000. Then you come here and say tino manufacture this. You create a new raw material, then you put the quantity ya muno buditsa and the cost price, another raw material, my tires, my rims and stuff. Each time ya muno no buditsa this particular raw material, I mean Benz kuti mapedza kui manufacture into finished product. Veyando deducted these raw materials. Deducted these assembly products. And it got wonderful. So what from our question isusu tine this one new, right? Tovatati susu inventory part Tanzino's Mercedes Benz. So I'm going to make a time. So you're going to copy this and paste it back the description for description for purchase muchiitenga. And if you click here, there is a description kana mchitengesera customer. The cost price here is 30,000, and the selling price here is 60,000, right? And the cost of sale account here do yakatutakate ipiwa kare mari kana tatengesa this product 30 tikatengesa one Mercedes Benz 30,000 vaenda cost of sale in the profit and loss. 60,000 vaenda ku income or ku revenue in the profit and loss. The difference between the two becomes our gross profit. Mukona GP margin area better, we've got a GP margin of, we've got a markup of 100%. Because tikatenga chin 30,000, tikatenga 60,000, taisa 100% markup with a margin of 50,000. This is the GP margin here. Then Marie chaenda ku which income account? You can come and say sales income account. Then reorder point. Tofana garatine motangani kutra kutizo kwase order vanedo purchasing. Atofana garatine less than 50 cars or 20 cars for this type. Maximum, we are not supposed to go above 100 cars because of the space ya T9. Team reku purchasing no gonna rambarongo purchase because reku piwa mari kane vakomana vanenge vachida kutengerwa mota dzavo from maybe from Croco Motors or wherever kwamuno order motor. Saka isi kuti valoke vakomana wasango order motor vachingodzipaka vachunganidza mari mu garage. Tinondoisa maximum, so that system will not allow them to purchase if the cars are above 100. Kana dzari reach 100. On hand, it has 15 cars. We've got 15 cars. They need to give us the value, which is 15 times the cost price. And it knows what is stock asset value is the lower of cost or net realizable value. So 15 times 30,000, 450,000. Then we say okay. Right, yeah. Then let me just rush before the 10 minutes breaking here. Then I'll come here again and say, don't worry, I'm lecturing at 2, so don't worry, to 3:30. So I'm finishing just now. The second product is service. So we offer service, motor vehicle services, and service, car vehicle service, and this you put the correct narration. Service here. Then Tavatauzo service edinator $500. Murukona kana ili service ina cost of sale. Atina zana cost of sale. And this account here service to isa kupi. We create a new account. Let's create a new account in Onzi. You appreciate why the new account in Onzi service income. service income. Because atina product atatengesa, so tikuda account no service income. So what this means is tika service motor 1 500 inondoenda kundo credit kwa mu service income account. Tika tengesa motor 1 60,000 inondo credit kwa mu sales income account. Take note of that difference. Track income yedu ma services are different. Kuti income ya bakuma services is different from income ya bakuma sales. Anditika, right? Excellent. So this is how we create my services. This is how we create my products and services. So I'll take you back to the balance sheet again. Let's go back to the balance sheet again. As you can see now, Tato and stocks, Tane accounts receivable, and inventory. But this is the Edama stocks a Mercedes Benz, but Kunoku general ledger, anondo we accounts inventory asset. So it means the Mercedes Benz, the Toyota, the whatever, the C200 and whatever are sub account of the inventory asset. Sub account of the inventory asset. If you want to go further, you can come here and say my reports, inventory reports, and say inventory valuation summary. Then you get a report like this, where we have got the inventory assets, balance sheet in a 450,000. But we can come here and see the detailed report in the sub accounts of the actual inventory items, which is the Mercedes Benz. I do one item, that 10 items, that's a list. We have got 15 cars of $30,000 cost price. The asset value is 450,000. This is what's sitting in the balance sheet. With them 100% markup, we sell the car at 60,000. This is what we call the retail value. Maria Tino Anatika Tengesa Mastock said 59. You have got a retail value of $900,000. This is what constitutes these accounts. So ndichendere ndingo is some bank accounts and the equity and the one asset, bank account and one asset. In practice, murukundo data assignment, main assignment. Kana mine mibvunzo tichange tichibvunzana kusvika tagadzira the balance sheet yedu ratiri kurwisa kuda kugadzira. So to create tatisusu tikagadzira ma customer accounts, ma supplier accounts, ma inventory accounts, everything else is asara, we call it general ledger accounts. And this we find this in the homepage company section, and right. Toba chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. It will take us to the general ledger. There we are. Tudaku Gadzira, the CBZ chart of account, then and the take on balance. And the take on balance. Mambozo one looked at Navisa journal Rema Mercedes Benz. Tangoenda kundo is a quantity and the cost price and the selling price. Then ya beato Gadrama journals beato tipa balance sheet the figures by itself. Because we agreed that journals are required for customers and suppliers only. Right, let's come here and say new. Let's come here and say new and new account. Then this is a bank. You want to create a bank account. Then you say new like this. Then you come here and say, tati cash account. So the first one was cash account. Take note, I'm not saying cash. Tine language kubasa kwedu kuno. Atingoti cash kanangoti bank, kanangoti CBZ current account, CBZ savings account, Eco Cash mobile account, Eco Cash merchant account. Mukatudzira ma accounts akangozi cash. Kana akangozi CBZ, akangozi bank. We don't accept that. No paya pamnona mnachifoira usha uzota afoira say. So cash at hand or cash account, this is the language, which is, we said it's a sub account, cash account that is a US dollar, USD, which is a sub account of the USD cash book. This was over. Mune mari mu bank mati enter the opening balance here. Enter the opening balance. And what is the opening balance for the cash account? Can someone give me that? Apana ari kundipa 20,000, so I'm going to assume. Then S8, because what we are creating is a balance sheet, so always under the balance sheet date, S8 31, then we say 7 new. In the same way, I'm coming back to create the CBZ current account. Usually my corporate accounts are checking accounts. The word current means checking account. Current account, mukona manyora andikuita ndo accounts chadzo dzatinoda kuti munoite kubasa idzi. US dollar to make it a nostro account. Yamuri kuti nostro account yaya imimi. So it is a sub account of my cash book US dollar again. Rine opening balance here 120,000. As a bank statement, then 31. Then you say okay. Then save and new. Let me see if I can add the last bank account in the last 1 minute. Then CBZ current account. If maybe let's say maybe it's a savings account. Current savings account. So that kind of accounts. This account is a fixed deposit account. We don't transact to this one. Or this one is a savings account. Or this one is a checking current account. So we want the correct narrations here. Savings account for a ZWL, which is a sub account of, we don't have a Zim dollar account, Zim dollar cash book. So we create that main account. We create that main account. We come here and create the account and say cash book ZWL like this. Then we change the currency. Take note, for customers, suppliers, and bank accounts, we are supposed to define the currency. Then in the main account, we don't enter any figures in the main account. So we say save and close. But here in the sub account, we are supposed to add the opening balance here. And the opening balance in this case was 1.9 million, 1, 2, 3. Then when as it was 31, then what's the exchange rate? 0.1. You remember 1 divided by the rate. 1 divided by the rate. Then we say save and close. My bank accounts edu. Save and close. Let's come to the report very fast. Then kind of balance sheet kwedu, the balance sheet is slowly taking shape. Tato ne cash bugurema US dollar. My account, my cash bugurema tine cash and US dollar in 20,000. Tine CBZ current account in my US dollar in 120. So muka bunzo na indu zewa skana Maria mina in US dollar ikuma bank ne cash book menu yesi amunayo tukuda mari mune mari muno uya moti tine 140,000. Then tine Zim dollar cash book rakadai. So rene 190,000. Tati 1.9, but in reporting here 190,000. MCBZ Zim dollar. This is what we have. And total cash books are equivalent to 330,000. So I'm going to Tichanokwa off manje. Ditendere undingo come back. I want to show you one more account of how we then reconcile. Equity. Maybe just fixed assets, one fixed asset item, then we reconcile the account, then we close the lecture. Those are Mauda Zorora. So we're going to be knocked out very soon. But before we are knocked out, that will show this account, this cash book for interest sake. This is the ledger. This is what we call the cash book. This is the cash book.